that.
Yeah, and vocally, I hear Gary Stewart from the 70s. She's acting single, I'm drinking doubles. And then musically, I hear, aspects of the Highwaymen. So these are the things that I'm hearing. So I want to know what your influences were in putting this together.
Well, my main influences are George Strait and the Eagles, and a lot of different just artists between country and classic rock and southern rock also. But to really talk about it, has anybody seen me, you'd really have to get down to where I was back in my 20s when I wrote that. I was in a particularly bad situation with my girlfriend, who is now my wife, and I was feeling like so bad, and I just suddenly started coming up with these lyrics, and the next thing you know, the song was pretty much born. My wife agrees that the acoustic version is the best, but when we did it on Music Row with people like Chris Liesinger, who did all of Garth Brooks' work, and a drummer from Toto, and a bass player from Toto, and a drummer whom I honestly don't recall exactly what work he's done, but when we put all that together, it just came so smoothly, because Chris Liesinger when I played it for him, he just sat down and started making all these chicken scratches, and I couldn't figure out what he was writing. And then I realized he's doing, his guitar work, his little notes for the guitar, and but he was also trying to create, from my perspective, the song that I had written in 2007. And to me, he just did an awesome job with that. And that's pretty much Has Anybody Seen Me in a nutshell. I've actually had it compared a lot to Hotel California by the Eagles. But those comparisons that you gave me, John, are pretty spot on too.
I can see the Hotel California comparison there too. Yeah, it's John hit the nail on the head. This has been a very casual and listenable show. Right from the very first track we played, the music we've had has been not only good, but it's been listenable. It's comfort music. You can sit back, relax, and enjoy it. It doesn't stress you out. It doesn't get you all hyper. It's just good music to listen to, and I love the rhythmic guitar in Has Anybody Seen Me. It's a great tune, and I want to get on to another subject, or we can talk more here, but I want to get on to your music, or rather your efforts in music to help emerging, upcoming indie artists of all genres. Two things that we need to have you touch on, and we encourage self-promotion on here. That's one of our high points. Feel free to self-promote here. Want you to pass on to the listeners, one, how they can find you to listen to the music that you play, and two, to the artists, how they can get in touch with you for, possibly an audition or working with you on the show.
Well, first of all, to find my music and all of our ITNS Radio VIP artists, you can visit www.itnsradio.com, and we're all in the artist roster section. I have my own little section, but I like to kind of immerse myself with my artists, because I feel like we're all a one big family, basically. So, and also that second one, what was that second one again? I'm sorry.
Well, the second part was how artists would get in touch with you for,
right,
for your opinion and possibly to get to work together to get a little help from you.
Right. Well, you can do that. You can actually send me a direct email to sam@itnsradio.com, or you can call my extension. My number is 877-726-1792, extension 1002, and I will make myself available to anyone who is interested in music promotion, bookings, or if you just want free airplay, you can email me at sam@itnsradio.com and just send me MP3s, preferably, and any information that you have about yourself as an artist, singer, songwriter, band, or whatnot, and make sure to include the artist and the artist name and the song titles, of course.
Great.
And I'll be more than happy to get back to you promptly about that.
Great, and I can speak for his returning promptly. He certainly did. One of the quickest. I shot him off a note, and I think he was back at me before the dust settled on the note. So, yes, he will definitely get back to you. And I love somebody that follows up like that. You're a good man, and we appreciate you taking the time to come on the show, talk about what you're doing, because you are doing so much. And I'm glad that we were able to at least encapsulate it and get the basic points across. And for the listeners who are interested in either listening to your shows and your music or to the artists who are interested in connecting with you, I'm glad we were able to touch on that. For your benefits, if you missed it, it's ITNS, as in the Neon Spotlight. And the man's name is Sam Watkins. Sam, thank you so much for spending time with us. Again, as I tell all our guests, I have the group page on Facebook, which is kind of an anchor page for guests on the show to post their promotions, new music, gigs, whatever you want to share. We'll pick it up from there and share it on our other social media. So feel free to use that. You don't have to send me a press release or anything. Just post it on there, and we'll take it from there. So feel free. That's what it's there for. Thank you again.
All right. Well, thank you for allowing me to share my single, Has Anybody Seen Me, and also my mission and my ITNS Radio VIP artist. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome, Sam, and we're going to share another one of your singles right now. This is Sam Watkins' Foolish Mind live recording.
Got that I woke up, my foolish mind. Yeah.
All righty then. Sam Watkins.
Yeah, baby.
And Faith Train. We thank you so much, Sam Watkins. And we want to thank our other guests for being on the show, Dom Colizzi. And it's been fun. It's been fun, y'all. We had a great show. Like I mentioned with talking to Sam, listenable music. And it's music you could just sit back, relax, and cross-genre. You can listen to it and enjoy it. Don't you agree, John Bon Jovial?
Put your feet up, have a nice cold beer, put some smooth Sam Watkins on the stereo, maybe segue into a little Dom Colizzi, and yeah, not bad. We had a good show today.
And a little bit of focusing your audio while you're at it. Got to get everybody in there. Thank you again, listeners.
I'll always listen to Sarah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you'll be back here. Join us next week. For those of you listening on Rochester Free Radio Saturday, stay tuned for Steve Litvak's Rock and Roll Rumble, which follows next. For the rest of you, we'll see you right back here next week. John Bon Jovial, take us home.
Yes, sir. Well, folks, as I say to you every week, you did it again. You spent another perfectly good hour with us here at the David Bowers Awards, and always, we really, truly are grateful for your presence every single week. The David Bowers Awards is broadcast around the world from the studios of Computer Help USA in Naples, Florida, and, of course, from the Valley of the Sun in Tempe, Arizona, and we are available for free on most of the major streaming services, including podchaser.com/TheDavidBowers. That's the latest in our stable of podcasting places. Be sure to follow the David Bowers Awards on Blog Talk Radio, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and, of course, Facebook. And join us next week for the David Bowers Awards, Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern on WRFZ-FM 106.3 on your FM radio dial in Rochester, New York, otherwise known as Rochester Free Radio. And on Blog Talk Radio, Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, and 6 p.m. UTC. So until next week, for the David Bowers and Hop Along Sarcassity, who for some reason is on the payroll but never shows up, and all of the crew of us morons here at the Radio Ranchero, this is John Bon Jovial saying, be good to each other, love one another. If you haven't gotten your vaccine, give it some serious consideration so you don't have to wash your hands each and every time you touch something. And we'll see you next week right here on the David Bowers Awards.